A school psychologist asks, what behavioral management strategies work best for students who are being bullied or who are the aggressors?
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, I can imagine for teachers, I get it. It's so stressful already. There's so much demands on their time. But if you don't have kids that are safe in school, they're not going to learn anyway. So if you are able to constantly stop what's happening and actually address the behavior in the moment, and that might mean stepping outside with the child that's manifesting the aggressive behavior and getting them the help that they need, not as opposed to sending them out of the room as if they don't belong, as if they need to be suspended or expelled. We know that these things don't work. They actually reinforce the trauma that these kinds of kids are going through. At the same time as we're trying to keep the targets safe, like it's a very a school psychologist would know this. It's a massively complicated situation. I personally think that the earlier we start teaching kids to have a shared vocabulary, we could do things like teaching them de-escalation techniques. Like when you start to feel yourself ramp up, the other kids have a code word to say, you know, that they've all decided with the teacher, they practice, they work together. The teacher can use the same word. And it's really a signal to the brain to say, okay, just a second, you're ramping up. You feel very threatened. We're here for you and we're going to help you. And I mean, even if you switch it like that, chances are it's going to change. And then one of the things I want to see in schools too is a brain safe room. So if you come to school and you feel that impulse to hurt somebody, you actually go to the brain safe room. And there's food there, and there's a consistent caretaker. There's the school psychologist, and he or she knows how to calm you down. There's certain spaces you go to, workstations where you do mindfulness or you do exercise or you talk about what's going on. You do journaling. The research on journaling is unbelievable. How much difference you can make. 15 minutes a day of journaling about trauma. So, I mean, I just think we have to start making these practices a normal part of the school day rather than this, you know, our situation right now is not working. So we need something new.
Someone says, is there research to support worsening of ADHD or even emergence of ADHD as the result of bullying?
Well, I mean, bullying, okay, so my short answer to that is yes. Do I have very specific research where I've seen the impact of bullying specifically on kids with ADHD? No. What I can say, though, is all forms of bullying and abuse cause so much trauma to the brain, cause so much anxiety, completely take the concentrating brain, the learning brain offline and channel all the energy into survival. As soon as that's happening, I mean, it's going to be even worse for a kid with ADHD who's working double time to build out and strengthen neural networks for concentration and for learning and for being in the moment and controlling impulsivity. So yeah, bullying's terrible for everybody. It's terrible if you're already struggling with a challenge or frustration, for sure.